Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru, starting a new session on current affairs. This is going to be the session for the month of August 2024 that I'm referring to. The session will remain in English medium, as you guys can make out. I am going to converse with you throughout in English medium. We record such sort of English medium sessions for a purpose, like for a reason. We have our student base. We have our student base in South India. We have our student base in Northeast India. Those students who are in Karnataka, those students who are in Assam, Manipur, those students who are in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Kerala, those who are unable to understand Hindi well, we record such sort of complete English medium sessions for those kids primarily. But if you are able to understand the language, you can actually go on watching the session in English medium. But exception, if you are not willing to watch the session in complete English medium, there's a session in Hindi medium also. You can go and watch that session also. Okay, I believe if you watch the session regularly, you know that I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to actually deliver the topic wise current affairs in a point wise manner, where every question, every single question carries some value, and you know that after taking one exam, after writing one exam, you will be knowing it and you will actually be giving me the feedback in the comment section. But anyway, let's start from here on. If you actually like the session, have the option of pressing the like button, and if you can subscribe to our channel, it will be very helpful for us. That way we'll be able to upload longer videos as well. So do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon alongside. Let's start the session from here on. Anyway, the session is beginning from India in Focus. That's the point, and that's the topic we are starting from. India in Focus, that's the title. Let's start from the first question. BIMSTEC. First question is about BIMSTEC. First of all, if you wish to know the full form of BIMSTEC and how this organization, like how this thing is important for you, it is Bay of Bengal Initiative, Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. That's the way you can keep that in mind. Bay of Bengal Initiative, Multi-Sectoral. For multi-sectoral technical and economic cooperation. That's the full form for BIMSTEC. But what is important out here? Something which is very significant, and that is first BIMSTEC Business Summit took place in New Delhi. That was hosted by us. But it cannot be said like that. Confederation of Indian Industry organized it in association with Ministry of External Affairs. That means Government of India. That is what I'm trying to say. I'll repeat. First BIMSTEC Business Summit took place in New Delhi. See, I've reduced my speed. I hope you can understand that for a reason, so that what I speak, that should be comprehensible to you all. I am saying first BIMSTEC Business Summit took place in New Delhi and in association with, like we say that it was like organized by, so it was organized by CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, and Ministry of External Affairs, that is Government of India. So keep that in mind. That was first of its kind. Later on there will be multiple which will take place, but it was the first one. That is why the question can be there in your exam. The next one is India's 43rd site. I hope you understand the meaning of World Heritage Site. So World Heritage Site, there's a list over there in which you can see we already have sites listed. Here we are talking about the 43rd site. The 43rd site which got added in UNESCO World Heritage List. There was a 46th session of World Heritage Committee which was taking place in New Delhi too. Let me repeat that. There was a 46th World Heritage Committee. There was a session taking place. 46th session was taking place in New Delhi. Which session? World Heritage Committee's session was taking place in New Delhi. In that 46th session, our India's 43rd UNESCO site, World Heritage Site, got added in a list, and that list got the name Moy Dams. 43rd site of the country, our 43rd site which got added in this list is Moy Dams, And this Moai Dams, if you can actually see it minutely, it's a mound burial system of Ahom dynasty of Assam. I'll make you revise all that. It can be pronounced either ways. You can actually pronounce dynasty as dynasty also, or dynasty also. That is completely up to you. So I'm saying Ahom dynasty, famous dynasty of Assam. There's a mound. Mound means something is getting piled up. If you know, if you learn history, you already are familiar with Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So Mohenjo-daro is known as mound of dead. Mohenjo-daro is mound of dead, where the bodies are piling up. Mound means something is, piling up. When things are up above, like on another thing. So pile up is mound. I am saying this is mound burial, not burial, mound burial system of Ahom dynasty of Assam. That place has actually become the 43rd site of the country, which got added in the World Heritage List. Hope you've got that. Now the next question is, see, such a question is so significant. If you believe me, if you actually show some, some trust in me, I can actually assure you that such a question will surely be there in some or the other exam. But you need to show faith, and you have to learn this question by anyways. Try to repeat it as many times as possible. Don't get confused between 46th and 43rd. There are two different things which are being discussed here. The next question is India's 4th World Craft City. You need to know one thing. There are three already which are the part of it. That means I'm not saying only 3 cities are there. I'm saying from India, 3 cities have already got a place there in World Craft List, World Craft City List. So World Craft City List got one more Indian city, and that name is Srinagar. Jaipur is already there. Malappuram is already there. Mysore or Mysuru is already there. Mysuru is like Karnataka, Bengaluru, you know the difference. So Mysuru, Karnataka, Malappuram, Tamil Nadu, and the third one is Jaipur. We all know about Jaipur, how and what kind of craft they are able to produce. Jaipur is in Rajasthan. So these 3 cities are already the part, and it is the time 2015 and 18 that we are talking about, that back then World Craft City got added these 3 names. That is why 4th one, Srinagar, got added now. World Craft City, India's 4th city, Srinagar, right? Next question. Timor-Leste. I believe that you watch current affairs elsewhere also. People actually deliver in a way that where a paragraph is written and you have to on your own find out what kind of question is going to be there. Please don't waste your time on such things, because you are just reading some things which are actually not even pertinent or which are not even relevant for your exam prep. I am giving you the questions straight away, and out of this question, one question, you can even frame 4 questions. They can ask you one of the names of the cities out of World Craft City. Which one got added? They can ask you that as well. Even the upper statement, one single statement can give you multiple questions. So read the statement straight away. That's how you will be able to save your time. But anyway, that's completely your choice. You can keep watching other videos also. Please do that. I don't have any problem. But I'm saying just try to make separate notes from my videos so that you can come back and write it in the comment section that these many questions were there in your exams from my videos. Timor-Leste. First of all, everybody would be eager to know what Timor-Leste is. It is pronounced by the English as Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste. But Portugal, they pronounce it as Timor-Leste. That's the name of a country. So you must be thinking why I have started talking about such a country that we are not even familiar with the name. Why is she talking like that? The concern is our president, Draupadi Murmu. She got the award from this country. What kind of award? So Timor-Leste's highest civilian award Timor-Leste's highest civilian award, which is Grand Collar of Order of Timor-Leste. Grand Collar of Order of Timor-Leste. It was given to our President Draupadi Murmu. I hope you've understood the importance now. Why this country has become that important, why I've started talking about it. Let's do it once again, because the revision part is something that you cannot miss. The first question is, first BIMSTEC Business Summit took place in New Delhi, and the organizers were CII and Ministry of External Affairs. India's 43rd site, which is Moy Dams, which is basically Mount Burial system of Ahom dynasty of Assam. 46th session of World Heritage Committee was taking place in New Delhi, where they announced it. India's 4th world craft city Srinagar, earlier three ones were Jaipur, Balapuram and Mysore, whichever pleases you. Timor-Leste's highest civilian award, Grand Collar of Order of Timor-Leste was given to President Murmu. So by now you've realized I'm not going to waste your time at all. Please press the like button for sure. That's how I get motivated. Share the video with those who are preparing for any competitive exam like SSC, Bank, Kendriya Vidyalaya, DESSB, CDS, whichever exam you're writing, railway, any exam, whichever you'll be writing will be able to help you. Try to subscribe to our channel if you're new to it. Do press the bell icon alongside. That's how you'll receive the notifications. Otherwise, you'll not be knowing that we have actually come up with a new video. That's how you'll be able to see. If you're willing to join us, the numbers are given below. You can choose the course of your choice. We have live program, we have video course as well. So live program and video course. If you wish to speak with somebody regarding that, the numbers are given below. If you are willing to actually go to the website without speaking with anybody, the website is self-explanatory. Online.vidyaguru.in is the name of the website. You can go to it and you can check the course. Take the course of your choice. We'll be able to help you, probably, like we'll be able to give our best. We'll be giving our best. All the teachers do so. And the questions which are going to be there in your exam will try to teach you exactly the same kind of question that you will realize once you join. But anyway, let's get going with another set of questions, which is latest appointments. They are governors of different states. You'll be answering one question that I'm asking you for sure. If you're watching it, and if you do watch it with rapt attention, I expect a reply from you. If you are not willing to, revert, please, I don't mind that. But I think if you are learning, if you're a student, you should do that. The question is, let me come to that question. After watching the complete list, you'll not be able to learn it. But if somebody tells you, you'll get one question from here, you will. For that, you have to revise it 4 times, 5 times. Please do that. I'll be teaching you halfway till here. Then I'll be actually making you revise all that. But it will take some time, I know that. What is the question that I wish to ask? The question is, here you can see the governors are there. The list of governors, that's there. That list is there. But there's one, lieutenant governor or lieutenant governor. Here you can see that Puducherry, lieutenant governor. Union territories have lieutenant governors, right? That is why Puducherry is a union territory that has lieutenant governor or lieutenant governor. I am saying how many union territories India has now, that you have to tell me with their names in the comment section. Don't write 8 or 9. I'll be correcting you though, because there are kids who are still believe that 7 union territories are there, and there are some who are confused with 8 or 9. So I'll be answering that question there in the comment section. So you'll be writing it. I am expecting the answer. Write down how many union territories are there and the names of them. Please do that, because that's a question from Static GS. I believe you know a little. So if you are not, I'll be answering that question. But please do write it if you are watching it. Anyway, let's start from the first question, which is Rajasthan's Governor Haribhau Kishan Rao Bagade. Haribhau Kishan Rao Bagade. Telangana Jishnudev Verma. Sikkim Om Prakash Mathur. Sikkim, Om Prakash Mathur. Jharkhand, Santosh Kumar Gangwar. Chhattisgarh, Raman Deka. These are not, this is not the word as you are thinking of ramen, Korean ramen. No, we are not talking about that. It is Raman Deka. That's how we pronounce it in our country. So Chhattisgarh, Raman Deka. Meghalaya, C.H. Vijay Shankar. From here, we'll be revising once. Rajasthan, Haribhau Kishan Rao Bagade. Haribhau Kishan Rao Bagade. Haribhau Kishan Rao Bagade. The next one is Telangana's Jishnudev Verma. Jishnudev Verma. Jishnudev Verma, Telangana. Om Prakash Mathur, Sikkim. Om Prakash Mathur, Sikkim. Jharkhand, Santosh Kumar Gangwar. And this Raman Deka is the governor of Chhattisgarh, right? The next one is Meghalaya, C.H. Vijay Shankar. Now, from here on, Maharashtra, C.P. Radhakrishnan. Maharashtra, C.P. Radhakrishnan. Punjab's governor and Chandigarh's administrator. So, some administrator is required for Chandigarh as well. So, I was not saying that all have lieutenant governors. But anyway, that's up to you. You're going to tell me. First of all, tell me the names of the union territories that country has. Chandigarh's administrator and Punjab's governor, Gulab Chand Kataria. Assam and Manipur's governor. These are two states. I hope you know this much. Lakshman Prasad Acharya. With this, I have one more question for you if you're still watching. Guys, do watch that because that's how you'll be able to, answer one question in your exam after watching just one page. I believe this question, out of this, one question will be there. Now the question is, listen to it carefully, you'll be answering it in the comment section positively. Do that if you're studying properly. If you are not willing, that's up to you, completely up to you. But if you answer, I'll be happy. I'll be correcting that. Anyway, previous videos were there in which I've actually explained something. If you are not familiar, you can Google it, you can let me know. That's how your GS will also improve. The question is, one person at a time can be the governor of more than one state. Our constitution permits it. Let me repeat. I'm saying, one person at a time can be the governor of more than one state. And our constitution permits it. So, as per our constitution, which article permits it? Which article gives the permission of that sort? So you'll be writing the name of that article. In Hindi it is known as Anuched. Which article, which Anuched is there which allows one person to be the governor of more than one state at a time? You have to mention that positively. Please do that. That's how I'll know how much you know. Anyway, Assam and Manipur's governor, Lakshman Prasad Acharya. The next one is Puducherry LG. Puducherry has LG, K. Kailash Nathan. Even Delhi has LG, you know that. Anyway, the next question is, the repetition starts from here on. Rajasthan, Haribhau Kishan Rao Bagade. Telangana, Jishnudev Verma. Om Prakash Mathur, Sikkim. Jharkhand, Santosh Kumar Gangwar. Raman Deka, Chhattisgarh. C.H. Vijay Shankar, Meghalaya. Maharashtra, C.P. Radhakrishnan. Punjab's governor, Chandigarh's administrator, Gulab Chand Kataria. Assam and Manipur's Lakshman Prasad Acharya, and the last one was Puducherry's LG, it is K. Kailash Nathan. I believe you've understood a bit. Anyway, let's move on. Keep writing the questions. When you write, you gain confidence. So I expect that you are preparing notes. Please do that. Please do that. Okay, sports updates. That's the title we are beginning with. In this part, we'll be only talking about Olympics that you have already studied. But there's a possibility some of you have not. If you have, keep revising it. So watch till the end. What I'm actually teaching you is, first I'll be telling you which number was the Olympic Games were. Like 33rd Olympic Games, first question. 33rd Olympic Games took place in Paris, which is basically the capital of France. Did I answer two questions? The first one is, if somebody calls it Tokyo Olympics, does that mean Tokyo owns it and every time it takes place there? No, every time the venue changes. So I'm saying Paris Olympics this time, 2024 Paris Olympics. So in Paris they were taking place. Olympic Games, 33rd edition of Olympic Games which took place in Paris, which is basically the capital of France, right? The next one, the next question is, Indian contingent is there? And an Indian contingent, like people from our country, they'll represent, and you know, some popular athletes will get the opportunity to be the flag bearers at the opening ceremony and at the closing one. So at the opening ceremony there were 2 and at the closing ceremony there were 2. Is that? Yes. Let's you know, understand their names first. First of all, PV Sindhu, like around 2 times. You have to understand somebody who performed quite well in the Olympics, already, so that person has to be given the chance. Shuttler, Indian badminton, or you can say Indian shuttler, PV Sindhu. So PV Sindhu and Sharat Kamal, table tennis, performed quite well. You already know his name. I have already taught that, you know, in the previous sessions also. Sharat Kamal, PV Sindhu, on India's behalf, like flag bearer on the opening ceremony. I'm talking about Paris Olympics. Now the closing ceremony. PR Srijesh and Manu Bhakar. Manu Bhakar is a star shooter now. You know it. You know her. The grand welcome that she received. She became the first woman athlete who got 2 medals in one Olympics. So Manu Bhakar, a shooter, so star shooter now. So they have decided that PR Srijesh, goalkeeper, hockey team, coach, or you can call it a person who plays quite well. So PR Srijesh, although he has actually, after receiving, you know, performing quite well in Olympics, he has, you know, he has announced his retirement also. So PR Srijesh and Manu Bhakar. Anyway, I'll be talking about that in the video further. I'm saying PR Srijesh, goalkeeper, Indian hockey team, from Indian hockey team. I'm saying PR Srijesh and Manu Bhakar, they remained the flag bearers in the closing ceremony, right? PV Sindhu, Sharat Kamal opening, closing ceremony, Manu Bhakar and PR Srijesh. Hope you've got that. Now the next question, that how many medals India won? India won 6 medals, that you already know. 5 bronze, 1 silver. So 1 silver was lifted by the one and the only Neeraj Chopra. So this time even Pakistan got 1 gold, but we didn't get any. People have started mocking us for the same reason, that the population is so huge and we could not even get 1 gold. But anyway, that happened. Anyway, no problem at all. We can't do much about it now. So Neeraj Chopra, javelin player, athlete, you know that. So he plays javelin, that's what you have to write. And he got silver. Manu Bhakar shooting, I've told you. If you are willing to get into the details, do write it down, this as well, because this can also be asked. 10-meter air pistol, the event in which they took part. It was 10-meter air pistol, 10 meter. She got bronze here. And the next one in which she got bronze once again. See, the upper one is the event in which women participation was there. In the next one, you can see Sarbjot and Manu Bhakar, that means mixed event was there. It is also 10-meter air pistol event. 10-meter air pistol event in which Manu Bhakar and Sarbjot Singh got bronze. Yes. Shooting again. Here, Swapnil Kusale shooting again. Bronze. But this event, Swapnil Kusale, this is 50 meter. Yes, this is 50 meter air pistol event, and I'm referring to those Manu Bhakar and Sarbjot and Manu Bhakar here and here, like in both the events, 10 meter air pistol. This one is 50 meter air pistol. So Swapnil Kusale shooting and got bronze in it. Aman Sehrawat, wrestler, and this wrestler was playing in 57 kg category, and he was like freestyle wrestler. So freestyle is the category, category where in which he was playing. So I'm saying wrestler, he's a wrestler. Aman Sehrawat is a wrestler in which he got bronze, and the category was 57 kilograms freestyle. Indian hockey team also brought bronze. And a few more things that to be discussed. Now a quick recap of what we have studied. In sports updates, I told you in sports updates, I've started with only Paris Olympics this time, Paris Olympics 24. That means it was the 33rd edition first. taking place in Paris. Second, Paris is the capital of France. You must know that. The next one is that it's like 10,000 athletes were participating this time, and around 32 sports were there. Like 32 sports were there, and 10,000 athletes were participating. Out of all that, so you can see that on your screen. India got 71st position, which is quite behind because of one gold. Pakistan is even much ahead of us. We could not even get one gold, and only 6 medals were there. One was given to Neeraj Chopra, which is silver, and 5 were bronze, that I've actually mentioned them here. PR Srijesh and Manu Bhaker were the flag bearers from Indian contingent at the Olympics, Paris Olympics, and the opening ceremony, PV Sindhu and Sharad Kamal, table tennis, that is what I told you, and these star players were the flag bearers at the opening ceremony. Now you can see this chart. With that, I'll be just wrapping it up. After looking at this chart, you can see that United States remained on top. India's position was 71st, that you can see here, and India got total 6 medals, not even one gold. So the category is like empty, nothing is there. You can see the first 3 are quite important. So USA 40 gold, China 40 gold. So those who are actually getting equal number of gold should be kept at the same position, but that couldn't happen because the medal tally, the difference is quite huge. 126 in total USA and 91 in total China. So you can see that. So in United States, China and Japan remained on top, and India's position is 71st. So with that, we have come to an end of the session. If you liked it, do press the like button, and you have the option of dialing us. You can speak with our executors, you can get in touch with them, and you can go to our website also, online.vidyaguru.in, and if you do so, that way you'll be able to get a course for yourself. Thank you so much for watching.